I am Neil Larthos. I am the next Abdullah. You are the next Neville Goddard. Your SP gets wet every single time they think of you. And your bank account makes Jeff Bezos look homeless. You can care what other people think because they are you. So this is going to be my first official Everyone Is You pushed out video. And I'm sure a lot of you Neville Goddard Reddit forum visitors are very familiar with Everyone Is You pushed out. But look, what you have to understand is that if you are at work, for example, and you have very low self-esteem, if your boss is the type to put you on the spot, right? And he's like, I want you to demonstrate to me exactly what I showed you last week of what I trained you on, of how to mop the floor, okay? Let's say it's your boss and he's the one who trained you to be a janitor, and he comes in the week after he trained you and he's like, I want you to show me step by step the exact procedure that I taught you, Billy. So there's Billy, mopping the floor, and then he's showing his boss the exact method that he wanted him to clean the windows with the Windex. And next thing you know, Billy's sweating because he's nervous. And if we were to go inside Billy's head right there during the situation with his boss putting him on the spot, and just with his arms on his waist like Superman, just glaring at him while Jimmy is over there, Billy, I don't even know whatever the fuck I named the janitor, while he's just over there mopping the floors, cleaning the fucking windows, with all this pressure of his boss just breathing down his neck. I guarantee you, if we were to go into Billy's mind, we would be hearing something like, oh, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. What if I fuck up and he slaps me? What if he kills me if I don't spray the right amount of Windex on the window? If those are the things that are going through Billy's mind, then maybe his boss won't slap him, but there's going to come a moment where his boss is like, what the fuck is that? Come on, do it all over again. Or maybe after he takes Billy in the office and he's looking at his clipboard, he might say, Billy, you didn't do that bad of a job, but I don't think this is going to work out. There's just something about you. I can't put my finger on, but there's something about you that I just don't think it's going to work out. But why, sir? What did I do wrong? I don't know, man. There's just something about you. All because Billy had the inner conversation, the low self-concept of one who is not worthy of having that janitor position, right? It's not okay to be a people pleaser, but when you understand that everybody is only thinking what you are thinking of yourself, then if you are wanting to work on self-concept and wanting to improve your life and become the version of yourself who has SP, who has the money, who has the career that they want, then if you notice that the people around you are constantly thinking bad things about you, it's because you are constantly thinking bad things about yourself. I had a boss who, when I just started out in the restaurant business, before I got my big promotion as a manager, and the promotion which I've been in for close to 10 years, before I got to that point, there was other positions that I had to work my way up through in order to get to the manager position. And one of them was cook, head cook. And right away when they gave me that position, I felt this enormous amount of pressure, right? And there was a part of me that knew deep down that I was more than capable of doing a great job. But I'll never forget, on my first day of training, one of my bosses, who was just a big asshole, I had like 4 different bosses at that time, and one of them was just a complete dick. And at that point, I wasn't really in my full comfort zone of being able to just feel free to be myself around the crew. It was still a fairly new crew to me, right? And because of this, I had the self-concept of I have to hold back. I have to hold back my power. I have to hold back my confidence, my natural arrogance, my natural cockiness, because I'm afraid that I'm going to come on too strong to these guys. So I actually wore the state of the one who was kind and gentle and almost a pushover, right? And I remember, I will never forget my first day as a cook. One of my bosses was like, "Don't fuck this up, Neo." And I mean, almost like a fucking Nickelodeon show, you know, where, you know, the little nerd is getting picked on, and, you know, the big jock is like, "Don't fuck this up, Billy," you know? And just that alone was enough for me to carry this enormous amount of pressure on myself. And I remember I made several mistakes in my first week. And it got to the point where there was enough for them to start having serious doubts about giving that position, and they ended up giving it to somebody else. Now, I ended up having the best luck in the world, and every single person that they would give it to would end up quitting within several weeks after getting the position. And I ended up eventually being their last resort, but because I would always fill in for these guys whenever they would call in, I ended up getting the training that I needed, and it ended up working out. But I'll never forget that the actual head honcho of the restaurant at that time, when he saw all the mistakes that I was making, all because I kept hearing the voice of my other manager telling me, "Don't fuck this up, Neo," I had to fuck it up. Because when he said that, I was like, okay, well, then this must mean that I have to fuck it up, right? And I remember there were moments where they were waiting for the food for the restaurant to be made, and I was the one that they were counting on. And maybe they were not right there breathing down my neck, but they were waiting for me, right? And there was, whether they were standing next to me or when they were just waiting on the other side of the kitchen, I felt this enormous amount of pressure, and I just kept hearing them tell me, "What the fuck is this? Why'd you cook the meat like this? Why does the guacamole taste like that? Are you stupid? Are you retarded?" And a lot of this was from childhood trauma from my dad, right? But I don't want to get into that right now. But all of that ended up manifesting one night where my head honcho boss actually had to help me finish everything because I was so backed up. And he flat out told me, "You know, Neo, I don't think this is going to work out." And I remember going home that night and on the verge of tears, you know, and I was talking to my mom, and, you know, my mom has always been so supportive, you know, and I remember her telling me like, "Oh, he shouldn't talk to you like that," you know, and I was glad that my mom was taking my side. But looking back at it now, and even at the time, though I didn't know much about law of assumption, I knew that it was my fault. Not because I have to meet up to some other person's standards, but because him saying that it wasn't going to work out, this boss of mine who was making fun of me and telling me, "Don't fuck this up, Neo," It's because I was in the state of him who fucks up. The guy who it's not going to work out for. Because listen to the fucking thoughts that were happening in my mind before my boss told me it wasn't going to work out. Before they gave me all these chances, right? I was already hearing them disappointed in my work before I actually saw it in the physical 3D, right? So all this goes to show you that one of the easiest ways to see where you're at is to listen to your inner conversations. But even more than that, listen to what it is that people are saying about yourself. If they're making fun of your shoes, it's not that you have to change your shoes. It's that there's something about those fucking shoes that you're insecure about. If someone is making fun of the way you talk, it's not because you have to be a people pleaser and talk in a very deep voice because you have to sound more masculine. No, it's because you actually are insecure about the way you talk. I guarantee you that if you were to not give a fuck about the way you dress, if you felt comfortable in dressing like a homeless person, nobody would have the fucking balls to make you feel like shit. Matter of fact, you won't even if they were to make fun of your outfit, it would go through one ear and out the other. If you are affected by the way people are insulting you, no matter how harsh their insults are. Matter of fact, the more harsher their insults are, the more harsher you're actually being to yourself. Because everyone is you. We are all of the same consciousness. You could pretty much say that we are all on the same fucking Wi-Fi. If I go into work tomorrow and say, I'm gonna fuck up, if I just have this deep, resonating, deep within fucking feeling that something's gonna go wrong, then whether I think it's that I'm gonna burn the whole house down or get there late and get fired, maybe it won't be to that degree, but something's gonna happen and I'm gonna go home feeling shitty about it, all because it was my fault, all because I went into work that morning in the state of him who fucks up. So, again, there is a positive to this. When you think about it, if everyone is you pushed out, and if when you see people insulting you or treating you like shit or treating you like a pushover, if that means that it's actually your fault, then what that means is the same way that it can be your fault for them treating you like shit, is the same way that it can be your fault for them treating you like a fucking king. Like treating you like the fucking bad bitch that you are. Male or female. Guys, we have to take our power back. Okay? If this video resonates with you and you notice that you're getting bullied at work or bullied at school, or you're in a relationship with a partner who is constantly jabbing you about things that they don't like about you, well, first of all, there are times where you will have to say, you know what, enough is enough. I gotta quit this job. I don't like the way they're treating me. Enough is enough. I gotta leave this person because I don't like what they're treating. I'm not telling you to put up with people's bullshit, but I'll say this. If they're treating you like that at work, if Your partner is treating you like this in your relationship, even though they're supposed to be the one that loves you. If you don't fix the issue within, you're going to face the same issues at your next job or with your next partner. How do you fix the issue? How do I fix the issue, Neo? Just the same way that I've been saying since the beginning. When God wants to send a thunder strike in California and make it rain like fucking crazy, even though you plan to have your quinceañera outdoors, He's not going to say, oh shit, I didn't even know that there was a quinceañera. My bad, I'll wait till Tuesday. He doesn't give a fuck. He says, if I want thunder strikes, fuck you. I'm going to give thunder strikes. If you see that you want to have a better self-concept, then you say, I don't give a fuck how many times they're making fun of my shoes, making fun of the way I talk. I don't care how much my fucking partner is saying that I'm lazy and I need to go to the gym. No, you tell yourself you have a chiseled fucking body, that you're the sexiest motherfucker alive, that their throats are a magnet to your fucking dick. Tell yourself that all your SPs worship you, that they have a life-size poster pinned to their wall that they pray and bow down to every single night. You see, when I was making the ground beef at the taco joint, when I got that promotion as a cook, and I could hear them in my head, not actually in reality, but in my head, I would hear them talking shit and saying, what the fuck is this? And see them throw the fucking ground beef at my face and say, you're fired, or you're a disgrace. Get out of here. Right? If I can go overboard, above and beyond against myself and blaspheme the God that I am, then fuck this bullshit. I'm going to take my power back, and I'm going to take my power back like never fucking before. I'm going to say that all my SPs are fucking satellites in my solar system, but I'm fucking gravity. I'm going to say that money is so fucking easy, it grows on trees. I'm the fucking forest. Okay? Everybody lays the red carpet for me wherever I fucking go. You see, obviously this does not mean that I'm going to turn into fucking outer space. Obviously this does not fucking mean that they actually have a life-size poster of me on my wall, on their wall. Maybe they do. But what it means is that when I say this shit, instead of my subconscious hearing all the blasphemy that I say against myself, all of a sudden I start pouring water on the dehydrated field where I plant all the seeds of my thoughts, and I finally give it fresh water that sprouts into a self-concept that now I will see reflected in everyone around me. That is the way you take your power back. The same way that you used to talk shit about yourself is now the way that you start embrace. You know when we hear about shadow work and Jungian psychology, and where they say embrace your shadow, really all that is just embracing your inner fucking asshole. It's embracing your dark side. It is embracing the part of you that you've held so deep within, that society, that everybody tells you to hide from society because you're supposed to be a goody two-shoes and you're not supposed to go against the grain, and you're supposed to be politically correct. You're supposed to be humble. You want to know true shadow work? It's where you overshadow everybody else, like the way the fucking sun eclipsed the earth because of how fucking powerful it is. You are the eclipse. You are the real shadow. You want to talk about real shadow work? That's what it is, motherfucker. When you see yourself as the most important, and when you realize the whole reason why that bully is bullying you is because you created him in the first place. You can literally look at that bully and pet it on its fucking head and say, down boy, you're mine now, bitch. Fuck the 3D. Fuck your circumstances. Fuck your SP who keeps posting their third party all the time on your status. Fuck that shit. You're better than them. Because I'll say this, you can manifest your SP even if they're married, but you won't manifest your SP if you think that they are better than you. They are not fucking better than you. You are God, not them. They are your creation, not the other way around. Do you think God feels intimidated around a great white shark? Do you think God is intimidated by a tornado, by an earthquake, by a bomb? No matter how fucking nuclear that explosive is, nobody can overcome a God. Remember that. I am Neil Larthos. This is all that the I'm Awareness had to say. And I know you're going to be okay.